All right, and we're recording. So hello everybody and welcome to a new SUMO community meeting. Today is Monday, the 21st of September. We're just back from a wonderful week in Mountain View where we had a small work week with our cross-product team. That is myself, Patrick, Joni, Rachel, Kadir, and sometimes Roland and Mark. Sometimes.
We're honored guests.
Yeah. We'll share more about what we have discussed this week. Meanwhile, some of us might be a bit jet lagged, so I apologize for that if we're slow. So let's just get started. Let me see. We did not have a meeting last week, so there are no action items. So we can go directly to the updates and announcements. Before I start, can everybody mute if you're not speaking, please, because there's a lot of background noise. Thank you. Okay, cool. So let's get started. Contributors of the week. There's a nominations there, so who did that, please speak now.
I think that was me. Biraj. So yeah, I'd like to nominate Biraj for writing a full-length article with screenshots and everything, which isn't easy. So that was his very first contribution as well.
Oh wow, that's super! So he wrote like the whole new article from scratch.
The whole article from scratch. Yeah.
Nice.
With markup? He's a star.
With markup. I think he's been on an Army of Awesome before that, and then he wanted to try writing an article. And I said, yes, go ahead and edit an article, but he wrote a full-length one, so.
That's pretty cool. Congrats, Biraj. And welcome to our wonderful KB community. Especially if you had done Army of Awesome before, it's great to hear that people are interested in doing other stuff. So congrats, you are now contributor of the week. We need to also send him an email in case he does not watch the meeting or he's not aware of it. All right, cool. So moving on then. There's no Kadir today, so we'll skip the SUMO Dev update. So we'll just jump to Firefox Desktop. Mark, that's you.
Yep. So a couple of updates for Firefox Desktop. Hello is getting chat, so instead of just video, you'll be able to chat with people like instant messaging. So that's nice. Firefox accounts will let you set a profile picture, which is cool. And Windows 10 improvements I have down there. It's really just bug fixes. I'm actually going to change that to say bug fixes. It's Windows 10. We're like feature complete for Windows 10. We've done everything that we plan to do for Windows 10, but a lot of bugs came up in the last couple of months, and so we've been doing a lot of bug fixes for Windows 10. But for now, there's not any new features slated for Windows 10. We're just fixing bugs. But anyway, a lot of good bug fixes in this release, and it's coming out tomorrow. So definitely update to that, especially if you're on Windows 10 and test it out. And the last thing to note is that Pocket is shipping to more locales. I think it's shipping to like the remaining locales at this point, whereas we've been really selective about which locales we were actually sending Pocket to previously. So there may be, I don't think we'll see a lot of change in terms of support, but we, I don't know, if you do support on like Twitter and things like that, you may, in other languages, you may start to see more people talking about Pocket. That's it for Firefox Desktop for now. The next version comes out tomorrow, and then there's actually a lot more interesting things coming out in the version following that in, actually it would be in November. Would that be the version? Yeah, that would be so the next version in November. So I'll talk more about that as we approach it. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Mark.
I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have a question, Mark, about tiles, suggested tiles. Do you know what locales they're rolling out to in 41, if any new ones?
I haven't heard anything about that. Actually, I will look into that, and I will get back to you. I'll look into it right now.
Thanks.
Yeah, I had a couple of questions about that to Mark. So if you could send out...
About tiles?
Yeah, because we don't have a lot of information about what's going on and what's being released tomorrow. So if you could dig into that, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing it right now. I think I know where to find that information, so I will hopefully have it before the end of the meeting.
Okay, it's fine. Like if you don't have it, you can just send it to myself and
yeah,
Jamie
absolutely,
and make sure
for the sake of everyone else, I'm
yeah.
sure people are interested.
And also 2 more questions. So the first one is there's no thread around release notes for Firefox 41 yet in the forums, so I'm not sure who is supposed to put it up there. But
Me, so I'll do that.
Yeah, if we could do it today, that would be great.
Yeah, I thought I had one for the beta version, but the notes should be the same, but I guess not.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'll post one.
Oh, are we doing them for beta? We should do them for beta too.
I did it for 40 beta. Okay.
Yeah, there were a few people who were asking for like release notes, so that would be good. And also, there's a question around this browser new tab URL bug. So I'm not sure if you have any information about that, if this is going to happen now.
Do you have the bug number?
Yes, I'm just going to paste it in Pounce. So actually, I'll just paste it in the Etherpad. This one. We're going to remove the pref for browser new tab URL. And there's a lot of discussion around it. There's already an add-on out done by Søren, our amazing German contributor, who'll be able to help with that. But I don't know exactly when will this go live, if it's tomorrow or not, or what's the story there.
Yeah, actually, I was aware of this a while ago. The story is that a lot of add-ons hijack the new tab URL and change it to something that users don't want. And rather than deal with those add-ons one by one, the decision was made to just stop people from being able to change the new tab, essentially. But the new tab URL. I don't love the decision, but that's the decision that was made. I'm not sure if there's workarounds or anything, but I think probably not so much, because that's the whole point of removing it, is to keep it from being hijacked. I think as add-on signing rolls out, we should have more control over what add-ons can actually get installed, and so hopefully we won't have to do things like this. But right now, my understanding is that the purpose of this is to clear up a lot of hijacked new tab URLs, because I guess realistically we've found, I wasn't involved in this, but what I've been told is that we found that people don't generally change their new tab URL on purpose. And so we're just going to remove that option because it's being abused too much, essentially.
Okay, but that's definitely going to happen tomorrow.
Yes.
With the 41 release, okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, it's worth noting. I think it's going to affect a very small amount of people, but I guess the people that did intentionally change that might be upset, so it is something to be aware of. Yeah,
I'm just trying to make sure that people are informed of all the possible questions that might arise.
Yep, that's fair.
That's one of them.
And
as I said, yeah, no. I was saying that there is an add-on already available, which is kind of a workaround.
Okay.
We have it in the forums, so we can use it. All right, thanks. That's it from me. Any other questions for Mark related to the release tomorrow? Take one, take two. No. Okay, then let's move on to the updates for Firefox OS. So I'll just jump to Firefox Android and iOS and Thunderbird.
I no longer work on Thunderbird. Like, I just put an update. Maybe Wayne or Matt can take this over. I will ask them. The Thunderbird. Android is out tomorrow. Firefox 41. It is a very quiet release. There's a new search provider pop-up. Well, I don't know what the word is. Thingy, UX thingy on the screen that shows you alternate search providers. It's very handy. Kind of like desktop, at the bottom of the screen. and the beginning of multiple login support, and the revised password manager. So it's kind of a prep feature in 41, and it's much better in 42. And those are the 2 articles that Joni's did in English. Thank you, Joni. And there's lots of stuff coming in Firefox 42, including a better password manager. You'll be able to go from settings, and you'll be able to edit your passwords, copy them, paste them, not just from the hard-to-discover lock icon as it is in 41. Any questions about Firefox for Android?
Speak now.
Yeah, and as Joni says, we will do start updates for Firefox 42 docs next week or late this week. Okay.
Okay.
Firefox for iOS. We rolled out in Canada, except it was only in English in Canada. Je suis désolé, Franco-Canada. But it is in English and German languages in Australia, Austria, Canada, and New Zealand. We are waiting for feedback for a few, I guess, few weeks. On Friday, we submitted the French language collateral for the 8 million French language speakers in Canada. For the App Store, the app is already in French, so you can use it in French if you're a French language speaker in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or Austria. Other country timing rollout will depend on the feedback that Rob Rayborn and I are gathering and other people are gathering. We have no date. Fingers crossed that for Firefox 42 timeframe / whatever we call it, the moments in time campaign. Are we allowed to talk about this? We will have some sort of iOS update.
All right, and for French Canada, we don't know yet when that will be available.
Well, it's a bit. You can use the app in French. It's just that the screenshots and the reviews and things, I don't think you can do them in French at the moment.
Okay.
So that will happen in, if we're lucky, a week from last Friday. If we're unlucky, longer. And it's up to Apple. It's not up to us at this point. But it's a minor update, and it's pretty cool. And for those of you who are using Firefox for iOS, again, we want critical feedback, constructive, critical feedback, please, including new features that we're missing or that you need. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Roland. Any questions for Roland? If not, I'll move on to community. Michal, is that you?
Yeah, I just took the liberty of posting a reminder that today is World Peace Day, so peace to everybody. That's it. Don't fight.
All right, so check out the wiki entry, International Day of Peace. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I learned about it today by accident.
That's cool. We should post.
People were talking about food, and suddenly they were talking about peace. I was like, what?
Yeah, we should post a Give Peace a Chance song in the forums, since we're there. All right, cool. Then we can move to knowledge base, Joni.
Hey, so on Wednesday, we have PR is going to link to a couple of tracking protection articles in the beta blog. So just a heads up in case you start to see any questions about tracking protection. I'm spending the next couple of days working with legal to make sure the articles are accurate and presentable. So, and as Roland mentioned, we are starting documentation for version 42 this week. And if you want to join in and help, let me know. And that's it.
42 is exciting. Looking forward.
It is.
All right. Any questions for Joni or the KB articles? Nothing? Okay. Let's move on to Elton and Michal.
I just wanted to say 42 is the answer to the universe and everything else, and so everything in the universe and everything else, or something like that. I don't remember the quote. Anyway, Elton N. First of all, huge kudos to Eman for localizing the French articles, or the iOS articles into French, so all the 8 million French Canadians in Canada and all the French people in France, once they get it, will be able to actually figure out what's going on with Firefox for iOS. Also, huge thanks to everybody who worked on the international KB. So anything that was not English US last week, there's a link there. You can check it to see who was there. And to Bugzilla. Sorry, I'm just referring to tools I'm not using anymore. Two Bugzilla updates. We had a date picker for announcements in the localization dashboards deployed last week by Anush. And Ashikor checked whether it worked properly. I didn't check. I admit that, but I was happy to have this feature, and I wanted to use it this week. But apparently, it's not working as expected. There are some errors, so I reopened the bug, and hopefully, Anush can look at this and fix it soon. So it's going to work like it should. Plus, we have an issue with notifications, and this is kind of a complex issue because it could be related to several different things. It could be a fault of our notification server sending out the messages. It could be the fault of the recipient server, so whether we're sending to Yahoo Mail or Google or Gmail or Hotmail, there could be some issues with that as well. We'll figure out what it is, but if you have any issues receiving notifications, if you notice that something is missing, or you're not getting any notifications at all, and you should be, there is a bug. I linked it there as well. Please update it. Give us some details. Of course, do not post your personal emails if possible. Just give us some information about what's happening, what do you think is happening, or what could be happening, and we'll try to figure out what's going on. And we have people looking into this already. Other than that, the locale leaders are going to receive a newsletter this week. There's going to be some updates in there and a big action item for people to review. So looking forward to getting your feedback. And thank you to everybody who's replying to my newsletters, because I'm sending them out to make sure that actually there's something happening in your world of localization and people are taking care of stuff. So thanks to everybody, especially thanks to Michal from Czech Republic. Really cool stuff. Okay, that's it.
All right, thank you, Michal. Do we have any questions for Michal?
Michal.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, do all the notifications not sending, or some of them are not sending?
So, Safwan, from what I know, some notifications are not coming through. I am receiving notifications for most of the stuff. If I'm missing something, I just don't know. But I get forum notifications. I get localization notifications. So I'm trying to figure out what could possibly be wrong. And people in the thread, in the Bugzilla bug, they report that some notifications are not coming for them from the contributor forums, which I think could be the main thing. But then we really need more data about it, and we need some people to test it. So as many people as can put data in there or some details, like the more people do this, the better for us. So if you notice that something is missing, or if you have an idea what could be missing, definitely jump in.
I think we should talk with the web dev QA regarding this test. Okay, we should make some tests that like check this about the notification thing, that in the web dev QA they do not check about this notification thing. I think we should talk with the web dev QA regarding the checking.
That sounds like a great idea to me. And if you have anybody in particular in mind, feel free to CC them on the bug. I mean, there's a CC list there already. I know that Mythman was trying to put somebody, I think it was Chris Liang, onto this. So yeah, if you have somebody you think could be a good person to ask about this, please just add them to the bug, and we can take it from there.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Michal, and thanks, Safwan, for the discussion. All right, I'll move on then to the sport forums. So not a lot of updates from my side because, as I said last week, we were in Mountain View for the work week, so we didn't manage to do a lot of things outside that. But there will be a new SUMO day this Thursday. So we will be trying to answer all the incoming questions on the forums. So please join us. I will have more links and blog posts and etc. Later today and tomorrow. And yes, tomorrow we're going to launch Firefox 41, so I will expect that there will be more questions than usual. So it'd be great if people can join in on Thursday and help. As I said, more information coming soon, and yeah, I hope everybody can join and to make it an awesome SUMO day. And I think that's it, unless anybody has any other questions.
Is it still raining in Berlin? No.
It's absolutely horrible in Berlin. It's this terrible autumn with a gray sky, and it's cold in my apartment, and I have this on, and it's like we're all gonna die.
Sounds like Vancouver.
Yeah.
It was sunny this morning, but 16 degrees Celsius after leaving Mountain View where it was 30.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bit depressing coming here in terms of weather, of course. But yeah, that's autumn. We're gonna survive.
One in Mountain View today.
Say that again, Patrick?
It's supposed to be 91 Fahrenheit in Mountain View
God.
today.
That's too hot. We don't like that.
Yeah, we got that just in time.
Exactly. All right. All right, cool. I think that's it for today. So don't forget to share our blog and Twitter URL with other people. And if you want to see anything in there, please let us know. And also subscribe, because we have a lot of interesting events and stuff posted there. And also, if you're an admin and you're not going to be in for the rest of the week, please write down your name there so that people know whereabouts are you. And also, if you know of anybody else who's not going to be online, please write it down. Otherwise, that's it. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful release day. Have a wonderful SUMO day. Have a wonderful everything. And I'll see you online. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.